Have you ever walked into a room, looked at someone for 5 seconds, and instantly thought, yeah, this person is hiding something? Or maybe you met someone who smiled at you, acted super friendly, but something just felt off. That strange feeling is not random. Your brain is constantly reading people without you realizing it. Every facial expression, every tiny movement, every pause, every fake laugh, every nervous hand movement, every "I'm totally fine" while looking emotionally destroyed inside. Humans are basically walking lie detectors for each other. The problem is, most people ignore the signals. But today, you're going to learn how to read anyone instantly using simple psychology tricks that actually work in real life. And no, this isn't about becoming some scary mind-reading villain. You're not about to sit in a dark chair saying, I know what happened on October 14th, Michael. Relax. This is about understanding people faster, spotting fake behavior quicker, and becoming socially smarter without needing magical powers. Because once you notice these patterns, you can never unsee them again. And honestly, people become very predictable. So let's start with the biggest secret of all. People's words matter way less than their behavior. Someone can say, I'm confident. But if they're shaking their leg like a washing machine during an earthquake, your brain knows the truth. The body leaks emotions constantly. That's the first thing you need to understand. People can control words. Controlling the body is much harder. That's why the smartest observers don't just listen. They watch. Now let's talk about the eyes. Because eyes are terrible liars. You've probably heard people say, the eyes are the window to the soul. Sounds dramatic. But honestly, psychology agrees. Real emotions almost always appear in the eyes first. For example, real smiles reach the eyes. Fake smiles usually stop at the mouth. You know those smiles where someone looks happy but their eyes look like they just paid taxes for the first time? Exactly. That's because genuine happiness activates muscles around the eyes naturally. Fake happiness often looks stiff and forced. And once you notice this, fake smiles become painfully obvious. Another huge thing is eye contact. People think liars avoid eye contact. That's sometimes true. But weirdly, some liars actually make too much eye contact. Why? Because they're trying too hard to appear honest. It becomes unnatural. Normal eye contact feels relaxed, comfortable, balanced. But forced eye contact feels intense. Like they're trying to hypnotize you into believing them. Imagine someone saying, trust me, while staring directly into your soul without blinking for 12 seconds. That's not confidence anymore. That's a demon audition. Now here's something funny. People's eyes also reveal attraction very quickly. When someone genuinely likes talking to you, they naturally focus on your face more. Their eyes stay engaged. They react faster. They look interested. But when someone wants the conversation to end? Oh, their eyes start exploring the environment like tourists. Suddenly the ceiling becomes fascinating. The wall becomes amazing. A random spoon across the room becomes the most interesting object ever created. Their brain is mentally leaving the conversation before their body does. And honestly, we all do this. Even you. Especially during boring school lectures or awkward family events. Now let's talk about hands. Hands reveal stress faster than almost anything else. Confident people usually move naturally. Nervous people start doing random side quests with their hands. Touching their neck. Adjusting sleeves. Fixing hair. Cracking fingers. Rubbing palms together. Sometimes people become so nervous they start pretending invisible dust exists on their clothes. The body does these things to release stress. Psychology calls this self-soothing behavior. And once you notice it, you see it everywhere. Job interviews are the perfect example. One person is trying to sound calm while secretly fighting for survival under the table with their hands. Tell us about yourself. Meanwhile, their fingers are having a full panic attack. Another powerful signal is posture. Confident people usually take up space naturally. Not in an arrogant way. Just comfortably. Insecure people often shrink themselves. They cross arms tightly. Hunch shoulders. Avoid standing openly. The body reflects the mind constantly. Think about it. When someone feels powerful, they naturally expand. When someone feels nervous, they naturally protect themselves. That's why posture changes your entire vibe instantly. Now here's something really interesting. Feet are secretly one of the most honest parts of the body. Sounds weird. But it's true. People can control facial expressions pretty well. Feet? Not so much. Your feet often reveal where your mind wants to go. If someone's feet point toward you during conversation, that's usually engagement. If their feet keep pointing toward the exit, congratulations. Their soul already left the conversation 15 minutes ago. This becomes hilarious once you start noticing it in groups. Someone can smile politely while their feet scream, "Please let me escape." Now let's talk about voice. Because voices reveal emotion constantly. Confident people usually speak slower. Not because they're smarter. Because they don't feel rushed. Nervous people often talk faster. Their thoughts race. Words crash together. Sentences become chaos. You know when someone gets nervous and suddenly starts talking like they're being chased by invisible bees? Exactly that. Pauses are important too. Comfortable people aren't afraid of silence. Insecure people panic during silence. That's why nervous conversations often sound like this. So basically yeah. The brain is trying to avoid awkward silence at all costs. Another big clue is vocal tone changes. When people become emotional, their voice changes naturally. Excitement raises energy. Sadness lowers it. Anger sharpens it. Fear weakens it. The human voice leaks emotion constantly even when words try hiding it. Now let's talk about fake confidence. Because fake confidence is everywhere. Real confidence looks calm. Fake confidence usually looks loud. A genuinely confident person doesn't need to prove anything constantly. But insecure people often overcompensate. They brag too much. Talk too loudly. Interrupt people. Try too hard to dominate conversations. It's like their ego is screaming, "Please believe I'm important." And honestly, the more someone tries to look powerful, the more insecurity they often reveal. Real confidence is relaxed. Fake confidence performs. Now here's another huge trick for reading people instantly. Watch how they treat people they don't need. This reveals character fast. Anyone can act nice to important people. But how do they treat waiters? Cashiers? Drivers? Quiet people in groups? That's where personality becomes real. Some people become completely different depending on who they're talking to. Super polite to powerful people. Rude to everyone else. That tells you everything immediately. Kindness is easiest to fake temporarily. But eventually the real personality leaks out. Always. Now let's talk about nervous laughter. Because humans laugh in weird situations constantly. People don't only laugh when things are funny. They laugh when nervous, uncomfortable, embarrassed, confused. That awkward little laugh after saying something weird? That's the brain trying to reduce tension. Imagine someone accidentally waving back at a person who wasn't waving at them. Immediately. Ha ha. That's emotional damage leaving the body. Now let's talk about mirroring. This one is powerful. When people like each other, they naturally copy each other's behavior. Not intentionally. The brain just does it automatically. If one person leans forward, the other might too. If one speaks softly, the other adjusts. If one smiles, the other mirrors it naturally. This creates connection. That's why good friends often sit similarly or talk similarly over time. Their brains synchronize socially. And couples? Sometimes they become the same person slowly. Same phrases. Same jokes. Same reactions. At some point, they even start laughing identically. It's honestly terrifying.